going? Welcome back to EverCrest. My name is Brittany if you are new here, and if you've been here before, welcome back. I'm so glad you are here. Today we're going to be doing an unboxing video of this planter right here called the Vertplanter. And I have to be honest with you, I'm kind of intrigued with this planter. It's a little bit crazy, a little bit like out there as far as like what we traditionally think we can plant things in. But I love it because it's really unique and really different. So let's go ahead and jump into this Vertplanter. I'm so excited to show it to you guys. It's really, really interesting. I'm also excited to do update videos, which I am going to do for this because I feel like you're going to want like step-by-step, almost day-by-day updates to see how things are doing because like I said, it is such an interesting way of growing things. So I just opened the box up here. We have some styrofoam. We're going to dump it out here and hope for the best. As with all of the unboxing videos and assembly videos, review videos that I do, the link for this product will be in the description below. And make sure you use code EverCrest to get a discount on your system. Okay, so let's get into this. We're going to open up the tape here. And we have a couple little styrofoamy things. And this is what we see. So let's go ahead and pull this out. I'm going to pull the base out first. Got some packaging here. This is the top piece. And here is the base. Okay, and then this is our main middle piece here. So it's essentially going to fit together like this. Super duper simple. Just like this. That is how it goes together. And this is terracotta. This is 100% terracotta. And the inside of the basin here is a glazed terracotta. If you guys can see that shine there. It's shiny because it is glazed so that if you set this on something, it won't, the water won't leach through the bottom of your terracotta pot here and ruin whatever surface you have it on. So that's really nice that this is glazed and going to protect that. The rest of the system here then is just regular terracotta. It's a much lighter color as you can see in comparison. And terracotta is very porous. So this is actually going to allow the water to come out of this cylindrical container. The water is going to go inside here, which is really, really cool. So let's get into this a little bit. So inside our container here, we have some instructions. And I have a couple of plants here. You can either do plants or seeds, and we're going to get into that here in just a few moments. Like I said, this is kind of like a revolutionary sort of way of growing stuff, and I'm excited to see how it works. I'm excited to see how this goes. Okay, so looking at these instructions right here, which come with every system, it kind of gives you a little bit more knowledge about exactly what the product is made out of, the terracotta, and how exactly it works. It gives you the dimensions of the system, which it is 9.2 inches tall and 5.7 inches wide. So that will give you a good idea of how big this system really is. So I guess there's 3 different ways that you can plant on this, and I'm going to go ahead and just kind of show this to you. So it's saying you can either spread pores from like a fern or something on it. You can tie plants to it, or you can just shove seeds like in the little holes. I don't know if you guys can see that very well or not, but we're going to get into that a little better here. So essentially, this container right here has those little holes in it. You see those? And as the water is inside here, it begins to leach out of these little holes very slowly, just starting to release some of that water that's inside the container. And what you can do is you can go ahead and wet your container, the outside of your container. And if you want to plant seeds in it, you're going to soak your seeds for a little while. Today we're not going to soak seeds because I actually had a really hard time finding seeds right now. And I didn't have enough time to have them shipped here because I was not on top of my game. So today we're going to do plants, not seeds. but it's really cool if you have seeds that you want to plant in this. So the kind of seeds that you can plant in here, or at least the ones that they suggest, are seeds like buckwheat, flax, watercress, chia seeds, things like that. They definitely want to be smaller seeds. I don't feel like larger seeds are going to do as well for you. But what you're going to do is you're going to soak those seeds for a couple of hours at least. You're going to dampen the outside of this either with a spray bottle, or you can even just run this under some water. And then you can literally take those seeds that have been soaked and they'll be nice and soft. You can pick those up and just rub them over the sides of your container, getting them into every little hole up and down this container, which is really cool. Then after probably a day or two, you're going to start seeing little sprouts coming out of this. And that is something that I actually want to do, and I want to show you guys that. But today we're just going to show you what it's like to actually plant a plant on this thing, which is also incredible. But just so you know, there is an option for seeds as well. So to get prepped and planting this today, I'm going to go ahead and run this under a little bit of water and then fill it up in the inside with water as well. Okay, so now you can see it's a little bit of a darker color. There's what color it used to be. Now it's a little bit darker. And the Vertplanter is considered to be a hydroponic planter because there is no soil. This is all just water and this clay cylinder that we have here. So there's a couple of different ways that you can plant plants in this thing, and Vertplanter suggests that you use rubber bands to hold the root ball onto the side of the planter. Today I'm actually going to use some paddle wire just because I feel like, I don't know, I feel like this might work better. I don't know. I mean, they probably know what they're talking about, but we're going to try the paddle wire today. I have seen other people also use fishing twine, which would be a really good thing too. Clear fishing twine, you want to be able to see it all. This green, we're going to be able to see it a little bit on the planter. Hopefully we have this planter, I don't know, semi-full. I don't know how full it's going to get, to be honest with you. We'll just have to wait and see how this goes. You could also use something like a twine or something like that. But basically what you're going to be doing is you're going to be wrapping whatever you're using around the Vertplanter, and you're going to be kind of like tying plants to this thing. The roots of your plant will be able to wick up moisture from this container. Some of the roots can even dip down into the basin down here where water can start to collect a little bit. If you get a lot of water in here, you want to just simply pour it back up into the top of the container. But some of the roots might reach down into this bottom layer and will be able to actually draw up moisture that way too. So let's go ahead and see what kind of plants we're going to be using today. I'm excited about this. We have some really super cute houseplants here that I picked up from Lowe's that we are going to be trying out on this planter today. Like I said, I also want to try seeds, so I might leave like one section, like the back section or something, open on this so we can try seeds in another video. This is a green peperomia. It's so shiny. It's beautiful. Okay, so we are going to take this out. And I am going to grab a bowl here because we're actually going to need to be able to remove some of the soil from this because we don't really need soil. So I'm just going to remove this container from its, or this plant from its pot. And there's several little plants inside here. So we're just going to really gently start to manipulate the root ball here. You could also wet this really good, get it nice and wet, and you could probably just wash it out. I think that might be what I do here. So we can just take some water and kind of rinse the roots off here and really knock off a lot of this soil. So let me do that real quick. Okay, so this little plant split into 3 pieces here, and we're dripping all over the place. We're going to make a little bit of a mess, but that's okay. The soil that was on this plant was really, really dry, and this plant's really holding on to some of the soil, so I wasn't able to really rinse it as much as I probably would have normally, but that's okay. We're going to go ahead and just leave this soil on there. Maybe it'll kind of help the transition from soil to a hydroponic unit. So what we're just going to do is, let me just kind of show you before we do it. Oops. We are just going to be wrapping the roots of this plant and securing them with whatever you are using, whether it be a rubber band or wire like I'm using. And we're just going to be wrapping these roots onto this system. Like I said, some of the roots will reach down into this bottom reservoir, which is good, and some of them will just be clinging to the side of this container, which the roots will naturally want to grab a hold of this container because of its clay nature, but also because the water's coming out of here. So the roots are really going to start to cling on to this container without much support after a little while. But at first, whenever we're first just trying to get our plants on here, they're not really going to want to stick on very well. So I'm going to go ahead and just start here with one guy down here. And I think I'm just going to, this is probably just going to take a little bit of work of getting it exactly how you want it. But let me just work on this a few minutes and then I'll show you what we got at the end. Okay, so here we go. Here is our little plants all secured to the side of our container here. Now, like I said, I just used some gauge wire here and wrapped it around the plants. It kind of reminded me of like those plants that you get and you put burlap around the bottom and you wrap them with twine. You kind of like bind up the roots. I don't know. I've seen like different decor projects and stuff that people have done with that. It kind of reminded me of something like that. And as I was doing this, it made me think that it would be really pretty to cover like the roots and stuff with moss maybe, and just kind of cover like the wire or the rubber band, whatever you're using, and just using different sections of moss would be really pretty. I don't have any moss on hand right now, so I'm not going to do that. I also think that that could help with like water retention, so that the roots don't dry out, which I think is a thing that could possibly happen, is that your roots might start to get a little dry, especially the ones on the outside. I'm hoping not, but time will tell. My other thought with that is that if the roots do seem like they're getting a little bit dry here on the outside, simply misting them with a spray bottle would probably really help. And of course, making sure that the inside of your container is staying nice and full with water. I'm assuming, because again, this is the first time that I've used the system, I don't know, but I'm assuming that the clay will soak up a good amount of water within the first couple of hours, maybe first days, first 24 hours, whatever. So I would keep an eye on it. I'm going to keep an eye on it personally because I just feel like the clay is probably going to soak up a decent amount of water that's inside this reservoir. And so I just want to keep this topped off. So we can go ahead and put our lid, our cute little lid up here. And honestly, like, this little thing is so cute. It's really cute. Now, obviously you can see like the wire that I used here. So the benefit of using like a fishing line, you wouldn't see this, although I think fishing line might be a little bit harder to work with because it's a little more slippery than like a wire that you can kind of bend and mold a little bit. A rubber band would probably work well. I didn't have as much trouble manipulating the root ball onto the side of the container as I thought I might. And of course, a rubber band is probably closer the color of the actual terracotta itself. So in hindsight, a rubber band probably would have worked fine. But with my thought process of wanting to do some seeds over here on this side, so I wanted to leave some space over here. We're going to do some seeds on one side of this, and I would like to get some moss and cover some different sections of this with moss. And I think it would be really pretty and really cool at that point. You want to be able to see whatever you have holding the plants on. Now, something like this is not what I would consider a food production type of a system. Things like potentially chia seeds and things like that could grow grains and things that you could use for smoothies or whatever, sprouted things that you could use almost like a microgreen type thing, like our system over here. But I would not really categorize this as a food production pot. Honestly, I see this more as a beautiful aesthetic planter. It's really cool how it is all water, no soil whatsoever. It makes a really interesting thing, I think, as well, especially even, you know, covering it with moss or whatever to make it really, really beautiful. I think you could get really creative with this, with having even maybe succulents. I don't know. I don't know if succulents would like this type of thing or not. That could be something we could experiment as well. Maybe I could get a couple of succulents and just stick them on the side and see how they like it. So anyway, I'm excited to experiment with this. I'm excited to see how everything does and see like what does the best. Do seeds do best? Do houseplants like this do best? Do succulents, you know, all kinds of different things. I think that this could be a really interesting thing, especially to have in your home. It's a very different thing as opposed to just traditional pots that we have our houseplants growing in. So I think it is really cool. If you guys would like to know more about the Vertplanter, check out the description below, and we will see you guys in the next video.